Made yourself a nice end grain cutting board. Now it's time to put a coat of finish on it. I want to show you the method that I've used that works fastest and best, and if you've got a better way, I want to hear about it in the comments below. All right, so what's different about an end grain cutting board is that it really soaks in the mineral oil. Really, this is only a small change from my long grain cutting board, which we made a video about earlier. You can check it out. Click this card to click through to that. And really, when we're putting finish on a cutting board, what's different than some of your other woodworking projects that will interact with food is that you're going to be cutting into it. I mean, you don't do that with a bowl, so it's fine to put salad bowl oil on it. It's fine to put shellac on projects like that. It's food safe, you won't get sick. But if you put something that builds a film, those two finishes build a film, if you put that on there and then you cut through it with the knife, then you have a spot that bacteria can collect, water can get under there and cause that film finish to pop off. It causes all kinds of problems that I don't want you to have on your project. So in that long grain cutting board finish, I basically use mineral oil, 3 coats of mineral oil to seal it, and then I use a wax mixture, and I'll show you how to make that wax mixture in that video, so you're going to want to check it out. But I need to make a small change with my end grain cutting board. If I just put mineral oil in, it's going to soak in and soak in and soak in, and it's going to take forever. So again, I can't build a film up, but I can use shellac as a sanding sealer, and it'll just go in there and fill those pores just enough that I can get a sheen with the mineral oil, maybe just like one more coat than usual instead of just coats and coats and coats. So when you're choosing your shellac, you can either use clear shellac and then thin it in half with denatured alcohol. We want that really thin so it just soaks right in and doesn't cause a real film buildup and just acts as a sealer. If you don't have shellac around and you're just getting it for this project, usually when you buy it in the aerosol can, it's thinned out enough. What I like to use the seal coat that Zinsser sells, and what I like is it's guaranteed 100% wax free, and it's already thinned out, so I'm not buying 2 items, okay? So I'm gonna put this on, I've masked it so I don't get it on the sides, I don't want it on the long grain, just on the end grain, and then I'll build up some coats of mineral oil and finish off with my wax mixture. Another thing I did that helps out is I sanded with 400 grit. I went through all the grits and brought this up to 400 grit. Having that sanded to a higher grit is going to make it soak in less. That's the main goal here, is to keep that end grain from drinking up too much material. Okay. There we go. Just one single coat of this. Don't go crazy. Spread it out thin. And again, we don't want it on the long grain, because that'll cause a film on the long grain. Although you're really not cutting there, I guess, but just me being OCD. See how that drinks it right in? Soaks it right in. Look, it's already gone there. I'll need to let this dry and do it on each side, and then I can build up my mineral oil. Go right up to the edges, right up to that masking. And I like the frog tape better than the blue painter's tape for this. It gets a better seal. Worth the extra buck. Okay, there we go. You can really see the beauty of the end grain here. This is going to soak in, and then mineral oil will add a lot of depth to the finish and protect it. All right, so I got my sealer coat on both sides, and see how that gives it a nice sheen. Now I don't want to continue to build that up because that would cause a film. I'm just sealing the pores. So once I have that done, I'm going to want to sand it with 400 grit, excuse me, which is what I did here. And then I'm going to start applying my mineral oil. And you'll notice that it takes less time for the mineral oil to build up and get a sheen. So let's see what that looks like. Build the mineral oil up with the pad, and people who make a lot of cutting boards often have like a dip system where they'll have a large tray and just dip it in, but for demonstration I'm just going to apply it with the rag here. And what I like about this finish is it doesn't take as long, and it really brings out the character in the end grain. You can see every little piece. All right. So I'll do that on the sides as well and on the other side, and then I'll finish it off with my wax mixture. And if you follow the card above, you'll be able to see the video where I show you how to make it. I really like this mixture. If you use it consistently, it will slowly fill in those knife holes and give you an even sheen for the life of the cutting board. That way no one's afraid to use it, you actually get to use it. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.